Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to Gems of War Guild Wars Week 11, Day 6. It is a red day and we are going to be trying Infernus for at least one battle. I don't know if we'll get farther than one battle. Oh, wait, this is weak. Wait, we might do it on first battle. Wait, how are his stats so high? Does that seem above average? Oh, because they're all... Never mind. What am I saying? Duh. It's because it's all Darkstone troops. That is why they are so high. Let me double check. Are they higher than I think they are? No. Shouldn't be. If I throw my own hag. No, hag is just that big to this week. No. Nope. That's just what 50% stats look like. That threw me off for a moment, but yeah. Should be fine. Hag is useless. Watcher is pretty useless. Dark Master, also pretty useless. So as soon as we killed a Scion, we basically win. So I did say I did want to do it for at least one battle, and this will be the one battle. I wouldn't really advise using Infernus ever in Guild Wars, ever. Like ever. But I figured I'd try at least something to try to make it work, because why not? He is the new mythic. He's not really made to be in Guild Wars though. So, yeah, we're kind of just going to be messing with this. It can do really good. I was messing with it last stream as well. But the chance of it doing really good is unlikely. But as long as we don't lose this battle, we're fine. We're only going to do it the one time, because doing it multiple times will be bad. Very, very bad. So we're not going to bother. But hello, Adi. Hello, Stu. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Henny. Welcome. How do you increase the magic level on Queen Mab? You upgrade, well, a couple ways. If you have the trait on her, she gains an extra magic every single time any ally casts. The other way would be to actually use a troop to buff it, like Humility or anything that has a chance or a direct way of upgrading magic. And the way that I believe you are asking for is upgrading kingdoms. Upgrading your kingdoms will make your default magic on all troops, including Queen Mab, higher. The first way you would do this is level every single kingdom to level 10 to be able to get their... to level 10 to be able to get their one, or sorry, not every single kingdom. You upgrade the magic kingdoms to level 10 to get their magic, and then you would upgrade them to 5 stars to get additional magic. The 5 magic kingdoms are Silverglade, Zolkari, Darkstone, Lighted Lands, and Karkaroth are the 5 magic kingdoms that give you additional magic. Okay, so we get that killed. We get our Storm of Reds. All we have to do now is just get our ability up and go from there. I do need to make sure I summon though, because yep, there it goes, dead. Got to make sure we get that summon or we will not get our full points, so got to watch out for that. Need to make sure I don't overkill it, though it has so many stats. I don't think we're actually going to overkill it. Don't need to worry about that, hopefully. So we'll throw those 5 down. We still don't have the red Firestorm. We had it, but then we kind of lost it there. I think I'm going to just go do a split here. He has a really low amount of stats, so we can just go hunting for a blue and then just try getting off and hopefully getting... Oh, there is one issue here, though. We may not have enough reds on the board. When I was testing it earlier, we were easily getting enough red, but that's because we had the Firestorm going. But if we can't get our blue... Oh, I just should have taken a brown. As long as he doesn't interfere with the blue. No! Wow. This could actually be a little bad. This could be a little bad. Me trying to get the perfect score with it. And this is why you don't use Infernus in Guild Wars. That'd be amazing if we actually lose. Shouldn't happen though. We'll just throw this down. This will give her last little bit of her mana. Hopefully. Nope, one off. And she still takes a skull. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Don't kill them. Okay, we need to take every skull we pretty much see for the rest of the battle. Yeah. Keys and points. Let's see. How much red on the board? We need more red on the board. At least get one summon back. He'll probably go take it, but if we do this, he might be less tempted to take the reds. Good. Should be enough reds now. No, one off. Wow. They're one red off from getting a summon on her. Did that put more red on? Nope, even less. That's not good. Especially if he tries denying our reds. Nope, we're doing Guild Wars right now. Failing at it. I wanted to try this team at least once. I did it on the first battle just so we would lose the least amount of points. But yeah, I wanted to try Ketris at least... I mean, not Ketris. I wanted to try the new Infernus at least once in Guild Wars. And that was me trying it once in Guild Wars. Yeah. I saw that coming from a mile away. We were trying a bunch of different teams yesterday to try to get like really nice pure red teams out of him. No, there's pretty much none. I would not advise ever using Infernus in Guild Wars. So let's go to our normal red team, which is Crimson Bat, Valkyrie, Draculus, Void Portal. You switch to Valkyrie and Crimson Bat if they're using a Death Knight on their team in the first or second slot, particularly the first. You would end up switching it. But we just roll with this, get Valkyrie up, get Crimson Bat into Draculus, cast it out. Make sure you cast the Valkyrie at least once as soon as you can, so that you can get the Void Portal summoning, and then you pretty much just win, because you have Deathmark immunity off of Draculus and Void Portal with its immunity to everything. And most people don't run Devour, so this team's even a little bit better now, because the Cabarrus team was the main thing you kind of had to worry about with this team, but now you don't have to deal with that. You still have to deal with Famine a little bit, but you can just keep taking yellow, get a nice Valkyrie, and then go from there. Especially since converting out one of the colors into blue will help you quite a bit in combating a Famine. Famine. So yeah, let's just get into it. Of course, it would help the Scion, but you can normally just kill it out with your Crimson Bat, and it won't really matter. But yeah, we're still doing Guild Wars. We just started. So, technically, we're really just starting now. That first battle was kind of just for fun to see what would happen. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out. It worked for a couple battles yesterday, but like yesterday, it failed most of the time, and that's what it did today. But I figured I'd try it. Infernus in general, though, I definitely would not ever use in Guild Wars. Not needed, ever. It's just going to fail every time. Okay, yellows, where are you? Take that. I don't even care if he takes red into skull. Though not having a Valkyrie here, well, technically we have red. I don't want to have to use it on red, but if that's literally the only option, we will, because we need the mana. So we'll get all of our mana up there, take our purple. That will get our portal up, which we'll need if our bat dies, which we might actually need, because he hits pretty hard with 50% stats. Gotta watch out. And he'll take another poke on us. We can easily heal back up just by using a cast. Need to worry about Draculus a little bit, but we can easily kill it out right there. And at this point, the only thing we have to concern ourselves with is if our bat happens to randomly die. Though he's using a very, 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 very weird team for Guild Wars, so not that likely that we will die to that. Actually, this probably would have been a better team to fight the Infernus with. Let's see. We'll move that over and like throw Crimson Bat or something. I know, the Scion Famine is everywhere. I'm really glad we're not getting it today. I have no clue why our first two battles is what they are. These are two really, really strange first battles. Pretty sure after we get past the first two, particularly for the last two, they'll probably be the meta. But so far, these first two battles, that first one definitely should have been an easy free win. But of course I did the other team to mess around with. But not counting that. There we go, there we go. It's the meta now. Scion, Ragnargord, Famine, Death. The standard, absolute best team you can possibly do in the entire game with a brown-red banner. There's not a single team stronger than what he's using right now. Well, we gotta watch out. Luckily, we have Crimson Bat. Ideally, what we do here is instead of going for the Valkyrie as hard, we go for skulls every single time we see them to kill out the Scion really quick. That is a absolute priority when fighting against this team. With this team. Though we do not get it, so that's a bit unfortunate. So, as always then, we just go for the Valkyrie first before everything else. And there we go, Valkyrie. As long as he doesn't skull here, which he doesn't, should be fine. Get the purple convert. That gives us both our casts, and we let it skull because we can just get rid of all of our mana right there. So his skull does nothing other than just the standard damage. We'll take a yellow because if his surges, that's full mana. There we go, perfect. And he'll get skull distracted again, only once, but he doesn't really have much mana. He does have a Famine though. Oh wait, that's enough damage. Sweet, okay. So we already killed him down, dude's really low HP. And he does have Scion, and we do not have alignment. If we had alignment right now, we just won. Because we'd get enough mana for Crimson Bat, and actually that wouldn't have killed all of it, but it would have killed a good majority. At this point, I guess I try for it on red, and just hope that we get some kind of cascade. No, not enough. We still keep one mana, but one mana. Not really going to take us that far. The main concern we have now is we have to get Void Portal up if he kills the Bat in order to get perfect score. So we are going to need to focus that. That, or we could just win quick enough that he doesn't do any damage. That's not too likely though. We could try for a we could try for a yellow. Wait, if we do a skull there and there, yeah, we have to do it. We have to try for a yellow and hope for a green. Come on, RNG. Oh wait, there's another green there. Fail. I didn't see that one. Oh, if he Scion drains us. Oh no, we could actually lose. Ooh, we could actually lose that then. We need to kill out that Scion, and I don't have a quick way of doing it anymore. Wow, if we lose with this, that'd be sad. Luckily, we have double Death Mark immune, so... But yeah, that drain right there was quite devastating. Full mana drain out of nowhere. I wonder if they'll ever change his trait or something. No, they just need a nerfed mana drain. They shouldn't change his trait. Honestly, I think they should have done the same thing with Great Maul's Devour too. Back when he had 15% chance to Devour, they shouldn't have changed his trait. They should have just rebalanced Devour like how it is now with like Barrier stopping it and stuff. Okay, so taking a Skull is kind of pointless here. I think we just throw Draculus because it kills everything other than Scion. He'll get distracted off a Skull. Actually, maybe I should take a Skull. We got blue out of it too. Well, we don't really need the blue. Oh, come on, really? Well, he drains it still. And that will kill our... That'll kill it. Well, we have to throw this down. We don't really have a choice. And now we have to do a really weird battle in which we have to keep taking purples in hopes... Actually, yeah, I guess we try getting the purple for summon so that we only lose one troop. What is this? Lose one troop day? Every single battle. Let's see. I can't take red either. It has to be purple. Because if I take red, it won't be enough. We'll try for a purple there. We don't get it. Oh, thank you for that. 3 purples. A Skull is going to come, but we get a summon, so we block it. Blocked. Hellcats. That is not useful, because now it's blocking out our thing entirely. Though, if we can get all of his mana in time, we can just throw it at him. So we could try for that. He gets full mana. It shouldn't be able to kill, though. So maybe we will go for a full summon. We'll go for some yellow there. Get a little bit more of our mana. Oh, he does kill it. Okay. Well then, I guess we just go get get Draculus up and kill him. That's unfortunate. Well, how much points is that total? Across both of those, I think we only lost 180 points. So I guess that's not too bad. 180 is very, very small. But, oh wait, never mind. That was battle 3. Never mind. So if we lost 2 there, that's 90 each. 180 plus the first battle, 60. That's 240. We lost about 240 points, and still not that much. Oh, Devour team. Like I was mentioning earlier, this is actually the team that's bad against. It can handle the Scion a little bit better, even though we did horribly there. Mainly because the main thing that ruined that battle was he killed our Bat, followed by simultaneously draining a full mana Valkyrie. That's the main thing that went wrong last battle. If he didn't get that drain on Valkyrie, we would have won with a full team really easily, even after he killed the Bat, because we would have gotten Void Portal up with no issue. But the fact that he got the Valkyrie drain there, which gave him pretty much a full... He pretty much just got his whole ability back up, then drained us, and then we were also lower just from his poke. So yeah, that kind of ruined us right there when he got that long cascade. Because he double skulled, one to the Crimson Bat kill and the other to kill, or to steal the Valkyrie's mana. Hello, Marcus. Welcome. You're at 75% win. You're happy? A 75% win in Guild Wars is still okay. I think my guild, or what I'm trying to get for my guild average, we used to have it though, we're kind of slipping a little bit, is basically 5 loses or less per week is generally what I try to aim for with the guild. I've never actually enforced that. I have sometimes removed like ridiculously underperforming people. I may have to do that some in the future too. Might even do it a little bit more on Monday. Because I noticed like just in general, we're like way, way, way lower than what we normally are in the guild. But that is somewhat because we're missing a whole person. But so I can't really judge it by this week. But on average, it's still below what it normally is. Though I shouldn't really talk because I've been doing the same. Oh no, just Guild Wars has been going so long now. That's kind of a little bit more casual than what it used to be. I think is the main thing. Wow, we're 1 mana off on Draculus. I almost feel like just going for the mana then. I'm just looking for the safest way to do it. I don't think there is a safe way. Let's see. This is a really big cascade. I don't know if I want to risk it, but yeah, it's worth it. Okay, so that works out. The only issue here now is he doesn't have a Skull Distract for this board that we're currently on. So he'll throw that down. Okay, not too bad. He gets a summon, but that just gives us more HP for our Draculus. So not really a huge deal there. We'll throw that down and move that over. Ooh, getting that Skull made it so we can't actually turn there anymore. That's not the greatest. We'll go for some yellow on Surge. Perfect. It feels weird that 4 times matches can Surge. I keep forgetting that too for almost every battle, that is a thing now. because I'm so used to it never being able to surge. But as of the most recent patch, it does now. It can save you a lot of times. It's really annoying when Famine and stuff does it, though, because they get their mana up super, super quick, even more so than normal. Oh, blue in the skull, I guess, so we can get more heal. That'll also pop every barrier, and it will bring our HP to high enough that we won't die off a skull. So we'll throw this down, then a Valkyrie. So we'll let him poke us, and then take rid of all the greens, which he does kind of use a little bit. And that will give us another cast, which will make sure he doesn't devour us. No extra turns remaining, unless there's one I'm missing, like that one. Not a color we use. I always do that a lot, too. Not paying attention to colors I don't use on the team. And there we go. Full team wipe. And off to the final battle for today. Also, I will be going over tomorrow's event a little bit, though there's really not much going on tomorrow. It is a really, really, really dull event, if I must say. It is... I have no clue why they need to stop adding useless new troops. Is I think what they need to do. Like, there's so many troop options, but they keep adding such useless options. That have no synergy with basically everything. Okay. Well, we'll go move the yellow up. He doesn't drain us because we got the mana on this one. We'll deny out purple because I don't want him getting Scion up if we can help it. Though he will just get Scion up off of him poking us, which is another way he can do it. We will heal so he does not kill us. So we'll survive for one more turn. Though Astral Spirit will kill it out. I'm not really worried about it dying. Bat pretty much always dies whenever you use him in this kind of team in Guild Wars on a pure color day. Even just on a normal team. Crimson Bat just in general, at first slot, tends to die. He has no resistances to anything. The whole point of him is just for extreme burst damage. Oh, it just stole my mana there. Off my Valkyrie. That is not pleasant. Especially since we didn't get yellow off the drop. Well, we'll go and try for the other yellow if he doesn't ruin it for us, or he'll just do that. Okay. This seems like the same repeat of that other battle where we ended up losing because he just kept draining us our mana that we needed on the Valkyrie, and then we couldn't do anything. Though that was a really lucky Cascade right there, which gives us a nice Draculus. It kills out pretty much the whole team. Main thing we have to worry about now is trying to get the mana, particularly purples, in order to cast out a Void Portal. If worse comes to worse, we could technically just win the match with a Draculus cast. I'd prefer not to do that if we can, though. Ideally, we'd also want to take a red here, or a purple. Yeah, that works too, except that's not full mana. I need to get a summon in front of him so he can't drain with skulls. There's no drop that we can do for that, though. We'll just take a green just so less mana gets blocked. Blue into a red would work, or just a red or purple, but neither are available. There we go. Oh, nice, a 5 times. So we'll throw that down, and we'll get a Moloch. Not much we can really use on that, unless he can somehow reduce his attack down. A 1 in 4 chance. You got to hit it. We'd have to cast 200 something times in order to reduce his attack to 0. Let's do it. No, that'd be way too many. But the other issue now is we're blocking again on red. Though we do have +1 red now due to his trait of Firelink. Still gotta dodge giving him skulls if we can. Also need to try dodging killing him if that's also possible. Or we could just kill him now and lose 150 points. No, I think we can wait it out. I say that. I say that, but that might not be a good idea. Do we kill him or do we let him live? Oh, 75% overall defend wins. Yeah, that's a lot better. I didn't realize you meant 75% win with that. You just said 75% win. Didn't realize you meant defense. That's actually ridiculously high then if you're referring to defense. Oh, what's the guy's idea? Wait, what's this guy's idea with 3 times Merchant Prince? I have no clue what he was using 2 battles ago. That was really odd. Speaking about odd, since we're up against a Scion, I think we're forced to have to throw a Draculus here. Because regardless of what I do, we're basically going down to 0 mana. And then we have to outrace him. I'm just going to go for the kill. Play it safe, just in case we happen to lose the Moloch as well. So we'll go for that. Not the way I wanted to win it, but oh well. So we lost a lot of points there. I think we lost like 400, 500-ish total. Yeah, we end up losing across all of that. We lost 390 points. Though one of them we did just for fun. But still, overall, we lost 390 points. Still okay score. Still perfect win. But score this week, my score is relatively low. It has been for a while now. I think next week we need to go hardcore and get back up there. But yeah, only 31,304. That is pretty low. The max you can get is... Actually, that's even lower than last week. Wow. The max score you can get in a given week, assuming you have a 50% bonus off a level 100 Sentinel, is a bonus or a score of 37,800 is max score. So anything slightly above 30,000 I'd say is probably average. Anything around 33,000 plus is okay. Anything around 35,000 plus is good. And anything above 37,000 or perfect is amazing, particularly if it's a perfect. But yeah, anything like 37,000 plus is really, really good. But yeah, we only end up getting... Actually, I don't think anyone in my guild got perfect score, except Lustiano. I think he's on track for perfect. Other than that, I don't think anyone got perfect this week. We're also missing an entire person, which is why we're all the way at 8th this week. Let's see. You can't win versus Famine Red Day without Moloch. We did it on Red Day without Moloch. I normally use True Damage Spam. The cheaper version of True Damage Spam is trying to figure out something around the combination of Merilith and Miststalker. Basically, any team based around those two troops is what you would end up using if you don't have some of the other core troops for other teams. But yeah, you don't really need a Moloch. I've never had an issue, or too big of an issue, I should say, with Red Day without a Moloch. Red Day is still one of the considered one of the hardest days, but I normally just true damage spam. Either you can go Merilith Miststalker if you're a newer player or don't have as many options, or just go Valkyrie Crimson Bat. And that's enough because you get the Void Portal summons, though it is a little bit annoying to summon with Void Portal, though it's really resistant to status effects since it has Impervious, which is kind of offsets it. It basically never dies. The only big problem it has right now is Void Portal is really bad against Scion Famine. That's the only really bad thing about it. Scion Famine can tear it apart, and it's being used like crazy right now. But anything that has Devour, Deathmark Spam, stuff like that, it's really good because it never dies, particularly with the Draculus fully traded if you happen to have it, or at least with the first trait, because that gives Deathmark. So half your team can't die to Deathmark or Death or anything. Let's see. You have the core teams, but Famine, Scion still beat you. Yeah, Scion Famine can basically kill any team if it gets lucky enough. It really just depends how unlucky you get. You can throw the perfect team at Scion Famine and it will eventually win. Even if you throw 100 battles, it will eventually win on one of those battles. Just because it's just a really pure luck kind of team. And if it gets a lot of skulls on you randomly or just gets a drain out of nowhere or an extra turn, it can put you down to the point that you can't get back up. Also, hello Will, welcome. Do you think you'll fall to bracket 2? No, you shouldn't fall to bracket 2. We've never fallen to bracket 2. I sure hope we don't. It is a possibility, but I don't believe that would happen unless a bunch of battles come out of nowhere. If we go check our battles right now, we are a good amount of ways. We have like a 20,000 gap almost away from 9th. So I think we're fine. This is the lowest we ever placed ever in the history of ever in this guild. The lowest we've ever placed previous to this was actually only 5th. So we've gone down quite a bit, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I would have to go through some of the people. I believe everyone's actually doing their battles. This is a lot of people are doing a little bit worse due to the changes on PC, mobile, I believe, or mainly on PC because of how much different Guild Wars is. I believe the stat glitch is also still applying. So you may notice like everyone up on my higher end are still kind of getting a good score, whereas it kind of diminishes as it goes further down. One of the main reasons for this, too, is I believe the stat glitch is still in effect, where things in Guild Wars on the PC version has way higher stats than they do on the mobile version. And the problem with this is if you're a lower rank, you're getting less stats. So everyone up here is... Wait, never mind, I'm not in the right category. So everyone towards the upper end is getting more stats than what they normally would. Whereas as you go lower, you're getting technically less stats because everyone you're facing as you're getting towards the later battles have more stats than what they normally would have comparably to you. So I don't believe they fixed that yet. They did a little small patch to fix it some, but for some reason they didn't fix it completely. Not quite sure what's up with that. I believe it was also because of, it might also be because it's not being calculated correctly on mobile. It might not exactly be that the PC version is giving more stats in a way. It's that the mobile version is giving less stats, which I believe is the main reason why that is actually occurring. Does Guild Wars do some sort of matchmaking to determine what other guilds you'll fight each day? Some kind of matchmaking. It does it based on your bracket. You just fight a random person within the bracket, and it has some kind of weird formula and everything to determine all that. Or wait, no, never mind. They got rid of the weird format. The format for moving brackets for every guild that is 4th or below, which is pretty much a good majority of guilds, is if you're a bracket 4 or lower, what happens is first place moves up 2 brackets, second and third move up 1 bracket, 4th through 7th stay exactly where they are, 8th and 9th move down 1 bracket, and last moves down 2 brackets. This does change for the upper guilds. In bracket 1, only the 9th and 10th move down 1. No other ones move anywheres. As far as the matchmaking, as you mentioned, you just randomly get placed with someone within your bracket. So if you're in like bracket 1, your 6 battles that you have on a given week would be one of the 6 guilds from bracket 1. And how this gets determined, I have no clue. It's pretty random. Sometimes you'll get luckier than other weeks because you might end up getting like, for example, like the lowest like 6 people in the thing. Like if you were power gems, you'd be lucky if you end up getting Honor Guard, Matchers, Heroes United, Ultimates, Guardians, Tiger Claw as your 6 battles. Actually, that's 5, and Impervious Bastards. If you got those 6 battles, you'd be very fortunate because technically those would be the lower performing guilds. And lower performing guilds, on average, not always, but tend to have weaker troops. They might only have legends, they might not have fully traded troops, and if they do, they might not have things like Famine, Death, Scion Famine combo, and some of the more annoying stuff to use at their disposal. So they tend to be slightly easier on average, though that's not always the case. But anyways, if you guys still have any other questions, feel free to leave them in chat. Been losing to Scion Ragnagord's Silent One Famine. I haven't seen a Silent One version of it, but that would be annoying as well, because they can mana drain you as you are silenced. Your mana isn't locked in. It's only locked in the case that it's like can't go up, but it can go down. Actually, I shouldn't say it can't go up. There is one way through silence to still gain mana. If you use a KrissTigger, oh, that's not my KrissTigger. Where's my KrissTigger? There we go. Wrong team again. If you use a KrissTigger, well, he doesn't actually have a silence one to show, but if you have an enchant on your team or on any troop, they still gain mana through enchant while they're silenced. Oops, I didn't take the green. But they still do gain their mana, so that is something that you should keep in mind if you are up against that kind of team. If it's a green or blue day, you would be able to benefit quite a bit from having a Scion or 2 on your team to be able to still accumulate mana while you're silenced. How to counter Scion Fama Ragnagord combo? Drain them, or, well, you basically rush down the Scion, which is a little bit harder this week because he had extra stats. But the strategy for is basically rush down the Scion and then drain spam the Famine. That's normally the easiest way to handle it. Of course, that's a little bit harder to do in Guild Wars because you might lack the burst damage or you might lack the mana drain, because there are a couple days in Guild Wars where you can't really easily fit a mana draining troop into your team. But yeah, that's generally what you do. Just rush down the Scion with skulls and stuff and any damage while mana draining the Famine. That's normally how it's played. You basically just ignore the death and hope it doesn't kill you. Because you can't actually really focus on the death unless you get like a lot of mana really quick before they do. But generally you just ignore the death completely and just hope you don't get Death Mark killed. Because he's relatively weak overall. He does do like a little bit of damage to you every single turn. He might kill out your first lot, but beyond that, it doesn't really get to do too much. Unless it just randomly gets lucky off of Death Marks, which is possible. 10% chance after the first turn that you die every single turn. Though we did find a neat glitch in the game, though. I forgot to report it, too. But they might already know about it, but I'll probably report it again. There is a glitch currently where if you place a status effect on a troop, it will refresh the status effect timer. And this is important with notable for Death Mark, mainly because the if you refresh it, it is impossible that it will kill you. So if they ever if this glitch still exists and they add a way to like poison your entire team or something, or status affect your entire team with a negative status effect, oh, you know what? Oh no, you can only do it on one troop. I was gonna say Mummified King. You could do Mummified King. I was gonna say the worst troop in the game could actually be useful, but no, he only Death Marks himself. But yeah, if there was ever a troop that not death marks, but adds a status effect to your entire team, and could somehow cast that almost every turn or every turn, you'd basically never die to death mark, because you'd be able to keep reapplying the 1 turn delay, which would be pretty funny. Humility for death. Yeah, humility first slot, fully traded. If you happen to have fully traded, does work pretty well against death. You would need support troops to actually go with it, though. It works good for PvP. You might not have the options to do it on Guild Wars, though, because you might lack the color options to make it work. Best red Guild War team that doesn't use any mythics. Famine is such an obstacle, especially since the good summons share Molochs. The best red team without that, it would probably be something centered around Sir Gawain with a Moloch of some kind. Or actually, never mind, you couldn't use both of them together. Their other option is you could go triple color and just go something along the lines of a Alchemist, Hellcat, Goblin Rocket, and either one other red troop that has loopage, or a second Goblin Rocket in that team. That only covers 3 colors. But it would give you the capability of basically never losing. That team's lose rate is somewhere around, or win rate I should say, is somewhere around like 90, 95%, probably even higher than that. I've never actually played it enough times to really know. I just know that it tends to always win unless you get really, really bad luck when you first start out the battle. And you can also replace out things to make it quicker, though for Guild War purposes, you don't really need to make it quicker. You just need to make it win. As far as pure red, there isn't really a best pure red. You basically just have to build around either Moloch or Sir Gawain and just hope you get lucky. Let's see. Also, you can just use a Crimson Bat true damage team too. You could do Crimson Bat, Marilith, Mist Stalker, and a Summoner of some kind. Probably Sir Gawain, because I don't believe I mentioned a red-yellow on the team. So you could just go Crimson Bat, Marilith, what was the other one I just mentioned? Mist Stalker, and Sir Gawain. You would waste the browns, but you'd probably get a brown summon eventually off the Sir Gawain. That's another route you could go. Regular Summoner? What about regular Summoner? Not quite sure what that question is. Let's see, we'll throw down on yellow. And get a nice Dragon Soul in there. Also, he buffed like crazy. And is about to do it again. He could actually win off of just buffing like crazy like that. Also, oh, I forgot to go over the new troop coming in tomorrow. Though most of you have probably already seen the thing, and I'm just going to basically be going over that. But we'll do a video on it tomorrow too. Not much I can really do for the video. I might have to go over like Wolf Garrick maybe more than the fact that there's even the new card. Because the new card is abysmally bad that's coming on Monday. It is quite laughable how bad it is. The troop named Summoner? The troop named Summoner isn't too good of a summoner. Well, I guess it's okay. Actually, I shouldn't say it's bad. It's actually somewhat okay as far as summoning is concerned. It's definitely a lot better now that it summons a Bone Daemon, that is for sure. I still find it to be towards the weaker side. I don't believe it has any immunities either. If it had Deathmark immunity or something, it would probably be pretty nice, but I don't believe it has any, last I recall. Why am I clicking all the buttons? Summoner. Oh, it does have a Jinx, though, but unless you're using multiple Jinx, a single Jinx is pretty useless, particularly later in the game. You would need to have like 2 or 3 Jinx to even have any effect really out of Jinx. But yeah, it doesn't have any immunities, which is a little bit of an offset. Because compared to other red purples, I believe almost every other red purple summoner that you can end up using has some kind of immunity on it for the most part, as far as the ones that would actually be used. Let's see. No, he doesn't, though you would never use that except for early game. This one you very rarely would use, though it doesn't have any. Actually, never mind. Quite a few of them, though. But some of them are a lot tankier than her, like Garnock and stuff. Can you try out some of the teams you're mentioning? Sure. Which one do you want me to mention? I can go do... let me go fight myself, actually. That'd be the easiest way to go show one of these. Let's go to Defenders, Test, and sure, let's go do... well, we'll start with the classic. Let's go Alchemist, Hellcat, Double Goblin Rocket. We already have half the team here. So, go the super safe route. Double yellow banner is the banner. And if you find yourself losing more than once, or even once, I think this might be worth it. But if you find yourself losing in Guild Wars on a red day, and you needed another option, this also works for yellow day, by the way. This works for red and yellow day. The exact same team. You don't need to change anything on it. It covers 3 colors. Not 4, unfortunately, for any of you that do want to cover 4. But it is quite consistent. As long as you can really get it going, it pretty much just wins from there. Okay, so just gotta... It's a little bit hard to get it going. Once it gets going, you pretty much just instant win. Oh no! The cascade there just ruined the setup I was about to do. I actually could have seen that on screen that it was going to occur, but oh well. I didn't notice it. I'll throw that down. And I think we got it going. Pretty sure. Because once you get it going, it just wins. You never miss. Or you pretty much never miss. It's relatively hard to miss. You would almost have to deliberately miss to mess with this team. Pretty much just runs itself infinitely. And the Goblin Rockets is a slower version of this team, but it's a lot safer because you have way more control over what you do to the board. Because you can use double Goblin Rocket to reset it if you don't have a good enough board set up to be able to do anything. But yeah, this team, like it does to every team, it doesn't matter what you're up against. The only thing that's somewhat annoying against this is if they have a Bone Dragon, though no one uses Bone Dragon anymore because it's been nerfed so hard. The other thing is slightly annoying against this team, or using this team, is Queen Mab, only if she gets a freeze on you, because you basically have to wait out the duration of the freeze until it wears off. But yeah, if you are losing a lot in Guild Wars, just use this on every red and yellow day. This is exactly what I did on my low-level account, and it pretty much won just as often. The only thing that it struggled with is it couldn't really bait out skulls. Ooh, a little bit of a bad board here. I should have probably used that Goblin Rocket to set this up. Don't know why I didn't, but we can use them now for that purpose and try to get those reds near each other. So we'll go and... let me go throw over here. Oops, I should have thrown that one higher, but we still got the alignment, so all is well. At least for now. We'll throw that over. Throw that into there. So I almost messed that up, but it still came through. And as you can see, we have way more than enough board presence to just destroy him like crazy. I know Hellcat is not red. I mentioned that. I said this would be if you wanted to win, not if you wanted to go pure color. Because you don't always have to go pure color. You can go 3 of a color plus 1 if you lose a bunch. But yeah, I know that it's not pure color. But yeah, if you want to use... You don't always have to use pure color if you keep losing if you're going on there. Like, if you're going 3-2, it is not worth doing pure color. You would get a lot more points if you go 3 color and win all 5 than you would if you go 3-2 and do perfect on 3 of them and then lose twice. But yeah, this is mainly just for people who are struggling a bit on red or yellow days, because I know many people don't have what they need for red days. But this is the cheapest thing you could possibly build to basically have a 100% win rate on every red and yellow day that you ever do in Guild Wars. Because regardless of what your stats are, this team will win every single time pretty much. If you're lower statted, the only thing you have to worry about mainly is you can't let them take too many skulls before you get started, or they might kill your alchemist. And if they kill your alchemist, you lost a good majority of your loot potential. And as far as the other one, which is pure red, let me go do the other one that I suggested, which is... let's see if I can get everything on. Marilith. Let's see, we need a Marilith. We need a Miststalker. We need a Sir Gawain. And we need... Actually, I forgot what the last troop we needed was. What was the last troop we needed? Normally, this would be like a Corvash or something, but of course, for Guild Wars, you would go a red troop here. Oh, Crimson Bat, duh. Crimson Bat. Yeah, let's roll with this. You could also go Draculus and go, instead of Marilith, go a red brown instead. Though I don't think there's a single red-brown true damager, though. Let me double check. I don't think there is, though. Red, brown, or there we go. True damage? No, there's no red-brown true damage. I don't even think... Oh, no, there's one. You can use your hero with Mank if you wanted to. You can use hero with Mank and go Draculus. And then put... oh, that would actually work really well. Go Draculus second slot and do hero with Death Knight class with Mang in first slot. So your team would be hero with Death Knight class, Draculus in second slot, Miststalker, and then Sir Gawain. Though this would be a cheaper version of that. So we'll roll with this. I kind of want to go double red. It's kind of being blocked very, very hard. I guess I'll just go a yellow. I'm afraid of where the brown might go, though. I'm just going to go double red. We're going all in with it. Why not? Double red. I can find where on earth it is. Oh, wait. What's the -1 brown banner? Never mind. We can do +2 red, +1 yellow. What am I doing? I can cover both. I don't need to cover one. We're not using brown. Or at least not initially. So let me go the other banner. There we go. Never mind. What am I doing? We can go for both. We don't need to choose for which one. Yeah, you can also use Ragnagord for mana generation. I'd probably use for this particular team, I probably would use Death Knight Mang, though. Because you'd get enough mana generation off of your Merilith, for the most part. Assuming the Scion doesn't go crazy, or their Famine doesn't go crazy. And anything that you wouldn't get from... if you didn't get enough from Merilith, you would end up getting the rest from Dracula. I mean, from Sir Gawain, most likely. Right here, we'll throw a red, get most of our mana up. And one thing for sure, we will never really run out of mana. Though the only problem is, without a Moloch, we do not have anything to deal with Scion or Famine once he actually gets his ability up, which will set us back a large amount right there. But then we'll just rebuild. Miststalker, not going to be enough to kill anything here. We'll probably just have to throw a blue into some yellow there. He'll take the mana again. I do not have a drop either, so we cannot go take those yellows. Guess we could swipe them. We'll just go for a Miststalker poke, because that will hit the Scion, which we need killed very, very soon. So now basically any true damage other than a Merilith will be the final blow. Let's see. I'll just go take some yellow then. You want to see a Merilith versus the meta? Isn't that what we're using? Can you test this team for you? Your defense, please. Which one? Ragnagord. You want this team with Ragnagord? I can go test it with Ragnagord. You'd get mana a lot quicker. That is for sure. But you'd have less damage option, and a Famine would do more damage overall. But there we go. Oh, come on, Poison. Well, I guess that's fine, because we will kill him regardless on that ability. Ah, I was going to take that. Well, there goes our troop. But we have Sir Gawain for a reason. No, our mana. Luckily, we have +1 yellow as well. I don't think I let it take a skull, or it kills our Merilith. I can't let it take any skulls for the rest of the battle. And I somehow have to go take yellow. Oh, no. Oops. I gave a skull. Well, I guess that's not too big a deal. Because if nothing else, we can win off of him. Oh, come on. Only a 1 summon. That's bad. That's actually really, really bad that we only got a 1 summon there. Because now we likely are... Well, now we're just in a really bad situation. We can still one-shot everything with a... with the cast off of him. With the Miststalker. Oh, but if I do that, I remove purple. Now that we have a Night Coronet on the team. So I'm basically just not going to cast him. At least for now. Until we can get some kind of board setup out of it. Which we can't at the moment. Browns are useless to us. Oops, I didn't even realize that wasn't a move. Fail. Move that over. Take some purples. That will get us a kill. And unfortunately, it will not hit her. But it will take out the mana drain, so we don't need to deal with that anymore. And we do need to get Sir Gawain up. The only way we can do that is off of yellow, which is the whole reason why I'm not casting out Night Coronet. That and the fact that he's just going to be replaced out anyways if he dies. So it's not that big a deal if he does die. We can just leave him there until Sir Gawain is ready to go. Which is essentially what we're doing right now. Come on, where's all the surge? So even if he double tap kills us, that's not going to be a big deal. Actually, we can kill one of them so he wouldn't be able to double tap us. I think I'll do it now because he's almost guaranteed going to cast it next turn. So he'll do that, or she'll do that. Kill it out. Now, Sir Gawain, don't summon 1 and we're good to go. Oh gosh, summon 3, go. Okay, 2. And then you just keep resummoning with Sir Gawain. Sir Gawain is actually relatively hard to lose with in Guild Wars. He is really bad against Famine Death, but he can still win against Famine Death. But yeah. Really, just about everything is bad with Famine Death, though. Saying that something's bad with Famine Death is like, yeah, so is everything. There isn't really anything good other than mana drainers, because you have to mana drain them before they mana drain you. Okay, that's bad. It's taking way too many stuff off the board, and we could actually lose this then. So yeah, that didn't actually work out too well. Yeah, she has so much armor right now, and I can't even deal with it. We'll do that. Gosh, it gets a random skull, and then we fail. And then we lose Guild Wars! Ah. Luckily, this isn't Guild Wars. But yeah, we'll go try the Ragnargord version. We need to put Moloch on, but whoever mentioned earlier said they didn't have a Moloch, so I can't put a Moloch on the team. But it would be a lot stronger using Moloch than a Sir Gawain as far as against a Scion Famine team. But yeah, let me go test this and go do the Ragnargord kind of version of this. So actually, I almost want to test actually before I do, let me go test the other version of this. I want to see if the what's it called? The Mang version of this will work. I believe I'm using Death Knight right now, because Death Knight would be the correct class for this. Yes, Death Knight, Draculus. I want to see if this will work real quick. Though if you had this, you'd probably just use Valkyrie Draculus at this point, if you had a Draculus. But just for the fun of it, I do want to test this real quick on a red-yellow banner. Just to see what happens. I'm really curious. So let's go fight ourselves. Using the meta. There we go. Throw that down at it. Let's just see what happens. Then we'll go test the Ragnargord version. But this time, test it versus the Famine Death? Wait, what? The same team you use versus the meta, but this time test it versus the Famine Death? I'm not quite sure what you're asking with that. What do you mean? Let's see. Well, we have a Miststalker. Who does that actually hit? I'm not going to bother calculating that out. There we go. It hits that. It hits the Exploder. So if they all have max stats, it hits the Exploder. Though I don't know if Scion didn't have 25%, if it would hit that. Actually, I'm surprised. How did it hit Ragnargord and not the Scion? That's odd. Wait, why didn't it? Does he have that much HP? Or does it not count the 25%? That is really strange now. He doesn't have any bonus. Why would it hit the Ragnargord? He actually has a lower... I believe he had lower stats. Wait, calculate that out. He triggered poison, so that is 32. That means his HP was 53. That is then 93. And then if we... What? Oh, yeah, 93. Weakest. Why did I think it was strongest? Fail. Yeah, that is right. Yeah, if it was strongest, it would have hit that. If it's weakest, yes, that is correct. Never mind. My bad. That is correct. It's the weakest. Yes, I know. Yeah, it hits the weakest, not the strong. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking right there. I was thinking healthiest for some reason. But yeah, it hits the weakest, not the strongest. So let's go kill out Scion, just so we don't have to deal with it. So now we can just poke him. And there we go. Easy Scion kill. Very easy Scion kill. What do we do from here, though? Guess we just take a... Oh, no, I can't even take a red. He has Famine. Can't really do anything. Anything I do will be punished. We'll just do the brown. And then we'll just go get some manas back. And he clears out the board. We'll scold him. Though we don't have the extra damage anymore now that our hero died. And there's not a Spear Skull. I guess I could always miss Stalker kill. The only problem... Oh, good. Wait. Deathmark killed. Nice. Well, that helped out a lot. Though that wouldn't normally happen. But, of course, Deathmark could trigger every single time. 10% chance per turn. Though that can happen the reverse way as well. It can happen against you. It can also happen against you. Well, they didn't die yet. As I'm doing Sir Gawain and trying to do ability. No valid target. Oh, we must have multi-summon. Oh, there goes our mana again. We have +1 on purple takes. So if we get a purple, that would be full mana. Actually, we have +2 because we have him as well. But we'll move down on reds, start getting that up. I don't believe we'll be able to race out a Famine at this point. We don't use brown at all. Plus we have -1 on it, so we wouldn't even want to take all these browns. Though that's all that's on the board right now for whatever reason. Take the purples. 1 mana off due to it not surging, so we'll have to take a yellow, which will do almost nothing. And it looks like we'll lose with this as well. We'll throw that down simply because we needed damage and the hope to actually kill him, which we didn't get. And so let's see. We'll take that. And down we go. And that's basically matched. Well, technically, we could have probably won off a Miststalker if we really tried, but nope. So what was it you wanted me to do? No, you want to test the various... You want to test this versus your defense. Test what? The meta against the meta? I'm confused. The same team you use versus the meta. But this time testing versus the famine. It's fine, you doing what I meant. Oh, I was doing what you meant. Okay. Well, I did it then. Oh, hello, Mr. Wilson. Welcome. Yes, very wacky. How did you get death marked there? From... How did I? I got death marked from his death. He got death marked from our Death Knight class. Fully traded. That's where that came from. Okay, so I already tested it. Yeah, I thought I did. Just making sure. So let me go test the other thing real quick, though. Let me go see what this looks like with a Ragnagord in it. Pretty sure it's not much different. But the Mirror Lift version with a Ragnagord. So throw in a Mirror Lift. Throw in a Ragna. There we go. And Banner would be switched to just a double yellow, just to super energize our reds. And there we go. We still have a +1 purple because Miststalker naturally has it. And we also have a natural +1 off of Mirror Lift, which will help it a bit. But if anyone else has any other questions, let me know. Oh yeah, I need to go over the event a little bit. Well, I don't need to, but I figured I would. I normally do on Friday nights because... I mean Friday night. Wow. I normally do on Sunday nights just to cover it a bit before we actually did a video on Monday in case I do it a bit later. Because sometimes I don't wake up that early on Monday. I'm going to try to. Sometimes I just sleep in on Monday. It's like a... let's see. We'll throw that down. And Miststalker... Well, we can throw Miststalker and that will kill out Corvash. So the stun will die. Oh wait, I accidentally did this against not the meta. I meant to test this against my team. Oh well. So he's testing this against a random team like Justice Team. Is not really going to show how it does against the best team in the game. We'll go throw this down, throw it on some blues, get the widespread, get a nice Mirrorlift in there, and then just Miststalker. Actually, might as well just kill them all with Miststalker at this point, and just keep doing it on his manas. Not a good Sir Gawain, but I'm still gonna throw it though. Sweet, nice. Okay, we get to keep that. Throw it down a red, get the kill, and no, if this was Guild War, we'd have to go and spend a bunch of time trying to get a summon. There we go. Actually, if this was Guild War, we'd just use that and then use Miststalker. If this was PvP, which it is, we just throw down the Miststalker and we'd be done, but oh well. That's a mix of both. Yeah, Friday's New Kingdom, Monday is Boring Troop. That is basically the schedule of things that are occurring. Let me go over every single one of the new troops. I might as well go bring that up real quick. Well, first, let's go over what tomorrow is. Let's go over tomorrow. Let me go bring that up. Let's see. Let me go get that real quick. Let's go over to image. Where's my image? Random image. Oh no, I don't want random image. I want my browser source one. Window show. There it is. Window show. I named it as window show. But yeah, let me go bring this then. Can you guys read that? Good enough? Can't quite tell. Coming out about normal size on my end, but not quite sure if that'll be big enough. But yeah. Let's see. As far as things coming up on let's see. I need to move my tabs all over the place. It is way, way disoriented. There we go. Okay. So as far as this new troop coming on Monday, it is useless. Do I really need to go over more beyond that? It's a war gear construct. It's not going to be ever used with constructs, ever, in the history of ever. War gears, I can't see a single instance in which it will really be viable. It creates 7 gems of a chosen color, which means a random color of their color. You get to choose the troop, you don't get to choose the color. So if you do something like on a, if you were to cast it on, let's say, for example, Wolf Garrick, it could do 3 different colors. But as far as its traits, yeah, no, it's so useless. Don't even know. The only reason you buy is for brown, green trait stones, which you use for things like Salvani Mora. If you're a newer player, you use it for Soothsayer. Really nice to get for Soothsayer and stuff. But yeah, it is pretty excessively useless. Also, keep in mind that event keys next week will have a Wolf Garrick in it. So if you're looking for, try to get that mythic maybe for whatever reason, it's not really that good of a mythic, particularly with the nerf they did to Devour recently, where Barrier can stop it. It's a lot weaker than what it used to be. So there's really not much need to use event keys. Two other things in the event key drop pool that are noteworthy is there's also going to be a Kerberos in the drop pool. There's also going to be Forest Guardian. So if you wanted to make the nerfed version of the Forest Guardian Kerberos team next week, using event keys would be the way to do it. Though I would advise saving your event keys unless you desperately wanted to get eventually get the Kerberos Forest Guardian team. But I would hold off next week, or tomorrow I should say, in like 5 hours or whenever it is, and hold off until the following week, because next week's event, not this one but the following week, 1 week from now, whatever the 17th is, there will be a kingdom event. We're getting the new kingdom next Friday, and the event for it will be next Monday, not tomorrow, but the following Monday. And these are all the troops that are going to be coming from it. A standard common, double brown, or, you know, just a single brown color. Forest Ward, 8 brown. Entangle all allies. Wait. And enemies. Oh! We break the game. If they don't fix it, we break the game as of the 14th of next week. That's going to be fun. Oh, that is going to be fun. Oh, there is so much we can do with this troop, even though it doesn't seem like that. And then it destroys all green gems. That's actually pretty good. Entangle everything and destroy all green gems. So it makes it a kind of cast-oriented team then. Would be pretty good with that, but that wouldn't really use skulls. And then you just keep letting the AI get distracted, then you get a bunch of greens. So that is actually a really good troop for a common. Really nice. Next one is a brown-red. Gain magic +1 life, boosted by red gems, and then becomes enraged. That's going to be, depends what his traits are, if he will be good or not. Seems like he'll be okay. His traits won't depend if he's better than Orc or not, but he could be. He's more of like a tankier version of Orc, because he gains life instead of attack. He might be okay. It really just depends on his traits. I believe Orc will be better than that, though, unless you specifically need to cover brown-red, in which you would use him. But if you could get away with only covering red, then the Orc would probably still be better. This one, a red-yellow, 10 mana. We already have enough red-yellows, but what does it do? Give magic +1 life to all allies. More of a healer then. Boosted by brown gems. Calls a random stats effect on another random ally. Positive one or a bad one? Not quite sure. Let's see. This other one, blue-purple. It's magic +1 damage to an enemy. Deal triple if the enemy uses red mana, so basically just a red mana counter, another one of those. The only one I believe that's kind of really used occasionally for that is the purpose of Ironbeard is sometimes used for that, because he does triple damage on cast, if I'm not mistaken. Next one is a red-purple, explode a gem, enrage a random ally for every purple gem destroyed, and then creates 6 skulls. So basically this will be arguably, even though it's only an ultra rare, this is actually one of the best ultra rares for a while. Potentially, this could be a very, very, very powerful troop, because you can enrage other allies with this, which would allow you to enrage into a attacker. So what you'd basically do is just have one troop that gains a lot of attack, then you enrage them through this, so it doesn't even need to be a troop that normally gains enrage, and then they just kill through everything one shot. So that definitely has a bit of damage potential. The next one, brown-purple. These are all coming on, by the way, on Friday for the most part. A good majority of them are coming on Friday. It even says it over there. The Kingdom is. I believe one of these will not be in the event, though. They'll probably be coming in the following event. Also, the Legend is probably going to be a little hard to get until the Monday afterwards as well. So basically 2 or 3 of them will be harder. Probably 2 of them. The Legend and the whatever one they don't actually put in the drop pool on Friday, because normally they save one of them for the following week's event. Next one is brown-purple. Deal magic +4 damage to an enemy. Deal triple if the enemy is silenced. That's not really going to get used much, but the other side of it is this thing summons it. It's a green-purple 14 mana. Deal magic +1 damage to the last 2 enemies. Silence them and then summon the previous one. So basically, Yaga's Hut is never actually going to be used, but its summoner will be used. And it's a green-purple summoner, so I believe that clears up some gap for green summoners, if I'm not mistaken, if you don't happen to have KrissTigger. That might be the alternative. I forget what other green summoners there might be. That's actually viable. Oh, Giant Spider was the other one that was mainly used. Well, you can actually use this with Giant Spider if you wanted to, because both the summon and the other summoner is a purple. So you could use this on... oh, wait, no. Yeah, you could. You could use this Baby Yaga with a Giant Spider on Green Day. Might be okay if you don't happen to have like the Giant Spider Kraken combo or the KrissTigger's to make it work. And finally, there's the new the new legend, which is brown-yellow, so even more brown-yellow trade stones going out, though I think the event for it was recently, like last week or something. Explode a row, deal magic plus 1 damage to all enemies, and then deal 10 damage if you are enraged. Deal 10 more damage if he is enraged. So that could definitely be quite a bit of extra damage then. 10 extra AoE just for being enraged is quite a lot. Also, with Destroy a Row, there is a potential that he could get all of his mana back, or a nice Cascade or something like that, which could lead to a decent amount of loopage. He might be used with something like a Dragon Soul KrissTigger, since he actually fits into a Dragon Soul KrissTigger perfectly. Instead, he basically replaced out Gorgolfa. Like in this team, oops, I'm blocking the screen, aren't I? In this team right over here, wrong one, oops. There it is. In this team right here, he'd basically replace out Gorgolfa as a potential troop. It would be the new legend, KrissTigger, Dragon Soul KrissTigger, and he also gets Enrage, right? I believe he gets Enrage, right? Did I read that wrong? His legendary trait, yeah, his legendary trait, gain Enrage when matching brown gems. Though it might be a little bit harder to match brown gems with this kind of team, but you could always just use KrissTigger to monitor the board to make sure that you always can get browns. So that wouldn't actually be too big of an issue. You could still rush into Dragon Soul, but then you would take some brown and then enrage him, and then just keep enraging him off of that. Hello, Raphael. Welcome. He does, and his Guild Wars is Dragon's Peak. Oh, wait. Do you chat sometimes in Gems of War? Yes, I do sometimes go to chat. Not that often. I do need to do that a bit more often. I've kind of stopped doing that as much as of recently, but I could get back into doing it a little bit more. I only do it for like about 30 minutes to an hour every single day if I do end up doing it, which not that many people are around when I do. And I normally don't do it during streams because I need to focus on the actual chat, and I don't focus as much on the global chat. But yeah, I sometimes just chill in here occasionally. Oh, sorry, that's wrong chat. I'm not even in a global chat, fail. Fail, that's my guild chat. But yeah, I sometimes chill in global chat 1. Obviously, whenever I go in, it's global chat 1. But yeah, I'm sometimes in here chatting. Not that often, though. Spawn scale with magic? Not like I would. Wait, spawn scale with magic? Yeah, spawns do scale with magic. Only up to level 20, though. So, for example, we'd summon a level 20 with that. If we'd only had 14 magic, we'd summon a level 14, and so on and so forth. Summons are based on magic. They're also based on your max rarity of them. So, for example, this summons a Fortress Gate. Let's say that our Fortress Gate was only ascended to an ultra rare, and we had this much magic. It would only come in as a level 17, because that's the highest level a ultra rare can have, is level 17. So even if you had this much magic, but your Fortress Gate was only an ultra rare or any rarity below mythic, it would summon at that level. A common would summon in at level 15, assuming you have that much magic. A common would still come in at whatever lower magic you have. Like, for example, if you only had 8 magic, the Fortress Gate would come in at level 8. But if you had this much magic and it was common, it would come in at 15. Rare would be 16, ultra rare 17, epic 18, legendary 19, and of course mythic would be the full 20. And you can't go any higher than that because that's as high as mythics can go as far as leveling. So any magic beyond that on a summoner is normally useless unless they happen to have something else that scales off of magic on their ability, which I believe only Draculus has and maybe like one other. Oh, KrissTigger does. KrissTigger has it based on its damage based on... Actually, just quite a few. It has its damage based on its magic. It also has its summon level based on magic for the little dragon thing. Let's see. Your team name is, or your Steam name is Ultra CS. I don't know if you know me. You helped out, and wait, you helped you to leave your guild. Oh, no problem. Yeah, sometimes I don't really match up the names because sometimes people use different names everywhere. Sometimes they'll have a different name in chat, and they'll have a different name on Steam, and they'll have a different name on the forum, and then they'll have a different name in game. And sometimes I don't keep up with all the names. Draculus is a summoner? Did I say Draculus was a summoner? I meant Drake. I meant, wait, what did I say? I meant, wait, what did I say? I meant KrissTigger into a Drake. Not Draculus. The Drake. The, whatever that thing is called. That thing. No, not Drake. Oh, never mind. It's not a Drake. A Silver Draken. Whatever that thing is called. Well, technically it's a Drake. It's a Silver Draken. But yeah, this thing was what I was referring to. KrissTigger into Silver Draken. Did I accidentally say Draculus in that? I meant KrissTigger into Silver Draken. I just call him Drake. But yeah. Even though there's already technically a troop called Drake already. Which is kind of odd, but yeah. Yeah, I didn't mean Drake Rider and Drake. Even though there actually is a Drake, yeah. That's kind of misleading then. I should probably call him like Silver Draken. Or call him the Ice Dragon or the little thing that KrissTigger summons would probably be the easiest thing. Because everyone would know that. I did say Drake, yeah. I didn't say Draculus, I just said Drake, but yeah. I don't know, I just call him Drake. Which doesn't make as much sense because there's actually a Drake troop now, so I need to stop calling him Drake. Because there's an actual troop called Drake. Now that they added the Drake Rider into the Drake summon off his 100% chance to summon. Yeah, anyways, does anyone else have any other questions before I head off for tonight? I actually haven't ate anything yet today. I was going to do that after the Stardew Valley stream, but then it went so long that I didn't. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that like right now. So yeah, if anyone has last minute questions, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll be back with the event video for tomorrow, going over the useless troop that's coming in, also the event keys, and some of the stuff I kind of just went over. But we'll see what the bonuses are. If nothing else, maybe we might be able to make a okay Wolf Garrick team. And hey, who knows? Maybe Wolf Garrick will actually be viable tomorrow. He might have 50% bonus. So get ready to be trolled by Wolf Garrick, because that might happen. Get your immune to devours ready. Because he can get some really lucky shots if he gets 50%. We need to be scared if he gets 50% next week. It'll be a really annoying week. He'll be good for only 1 week only. But he could be quite annoying if he does indeed get 50%. But we'll see what happens. But I'll go over teams on Monday and stuff. We'll also do our normal streaming and all that. Why don't I open chests? I open chests. They're saved for a specific time. Gold keys are saved for new kingdoms. Glory keys are saved as backup keys as well as for new kingdoms. Gem keys are saved for new mythics and for new kingdoms. Event keys are saved for events that are actually good, or just whenever they add a new legend to the event key drop pool. One of the two. Guild keys I'm saving until they add the guild guardians to the, or the guild war troops to the drop pool. They mentioned a couple months back that they are eventually going to add the guild war troops to the event key drop pool. I mean, to the guild chest drop pool. Sorry, not to the event key, to the guild chest drop pool. They're going to be adding them eventually. They're probably not going to replace guild guardians, just they're going to be dropped alongside the guild guardians. But that's why I'm saving all these keys for those, just to make sure I get all of them to mythic. And VIP keys are just used for mythics, basically. And just to secure that you get every single troop in the entire game. But you can also do that easily off of gem keys. It just has a slightly lower chance for mythics and legends. Let's see. Take a drink. When he says Drake. Drake. I don't know. Oh, also, do any of you remember that old show Drake and Josh? That was a pretty good show. Anyways. Tangent. Related to Drakes. How do you have so many guild keys? Where were they all bought? Yes, this has been accumulated over several months. And no, I did not buy them all. Actually, I don't think a single one of these was actually bought by me. I've only ever bought it twice. I only bought the 20 pack twice. And I did it once when it first came out. I also did it again when we finished getting all of them to Mythic. So, I've only ever bought that twice. But no, that's not all of mine. This is mainly from everyone in my guild buying them over the last few months or so. Generally, every single week, there's a few of them going down. Some weeks, way back then, we were getting like 20, 30, almost 40 of these a week. But these days, we only get like anywhere from like 2 to 10 a week. Not really that many. Sometimes, if we get lucky, it might be 20, depending on how much people spend. But no, I did not buy all of those, no. That would be way too much money. To get that many keys, buying all of them on your own, you would have to have bought that pack 25, 6, 7. Yeah, you'd have to buy it 27 times, which means 27 times 20. You would have to have spent $540 on the game to get that many guild keys by yourself. Well, not counting your seals though. But to get specifically that many guild keys, if you were to give your entire guild that many, you'd have to buy it that many times. Obviously, you would get some from your own guild, though, as well. Do you require your guild mates to buy them? No, of course not. I do have 1.5k CO requirement, but 1.5k is the highest you can get free to play. So I do have a CO requirement per week, but it's fully obtainable free to play because that's just the max that you get. Most people easily reach it. Sometimes I have people that actually don't on given weeks. Stagley! No! And also Jason. Whoa, where's Jason? I didn't even notice that. 0-0. Wait, how is that even possible? Oh, wait. Never mind. Never mind. Jason. Oh, never mind. Jason is the new recruit. That's why he has all zeros. Never mind. Never mind. I forgot. We just recruited him. That's what explained why he's so low. I was going to say, if he was here all the week with that score, that would be different. How do you redeem your guild seals if you don't want to use your keys? What do you mean? You just go into guild, you go into guild again, you click guild twice, it's again to guild, and then you click over to seals, you then click claim all, and then you just don't use them. It's as simple as just not using them. They accumulate from week to week. You can only gain as much as 1.5k in a given week, but any of them that you accumulate keeps going on to future weeks, so you can just hold them for as long as you want. And I don't know why that brings you to shop. It's impossible to buy seals. Actually, it is possible to buy shields, but you can't buy from this shop. That's weird. It doesn't even bring you to the right screen. I wonder if that's a glitch or anything. But yeah, you just save them. That's as simple as that. You just don't use them, and then they just accumulate there. Will you ever... Oh, how do I get the guild chest? How do you redeem your guild seals or guild chests? Guild chests you just get in the mail. If anyone was to buy the pack, it would show up in the mail as my thing. And it will say, hey, so-and-so bought a pack thingy, and then it'll give you however many keys, the 1, the 2, or the 4, depending on which pack they bought, the $5, the $10, the $20, and then you just claim that, and then you just don't use the key, or you use the key, depending on if you want to use the key. There's no reason to use guild seals instead of the keys. They're both exactly the same. There's no difference between the key and 20 guild seal, or whatever it is. I think it's 20 guild seals each, right? I actually can't see because it's being blocked. I believe it's 20 guild seals each, but yeah, one of these keys is exactly the same as buying it with seals. There's no difference. I just haven't bothered using them. But anyways, I'll be heading out for the night. Thank you all so much for joining us. Next stream again, of course, every night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be streaming, just kind of going over stuff. Tomorrow is a useless event, but on Friday, we will be getting a new kingdom, so that will make up for the fact that we have such a bad event tomorrow. So at least we have that. Anyways, save your keys either to probably for the new kingdom, I'd say, on Friday. You can still get the new mythic if you're still interested in it, even though that's kind of already passed a little bit. If you really wanted to try for it, throw your keys at it. Otherwise, I do think you would get better value from saving them for the Friday, for when you can use them for the new kingdom. I really hate when they do it back-to-back like this, when they do a mythic right into a new kingdom. I think they honestly do this deliberately, just so you'd be out of resources, so you wouldn't be able to throw everything at both. But definitely save 100% of your event keys, unless you want Cabarrus, Forest Guardian, or Wolf Garrick. Save 100% of your event keys pretty much for next week, or sorry, the week after next week. Not next week's event, that's happening in like a couple hours, but the one after that, that's happening in like a week from now. You will want to save for, because that will be the new kingdom. So you'll be able to get all the new kingdom troops and the new legend very easily. But anyways, thank you all. Have a good night. We'll go cover the new event tomorrow, and we'll do the stream tomorrow, as we always do. So I'll see you all later. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and best of luck if you're still trying for any of the drop pulls, because there are a lot of keys that are going to be used for various stuff over the next week. So best of luck with all that. Anyways, I'll see you all later.